That's right, the prodigal son has returned to give you another video. A lot has happened in the past month, including the release of one of the biggest video game franchises coming out with their own movie, Five Nights at Freddy's. This movie has been in the works for nearly a decade, and I've been keeping a close eye on it ever since it was announced back on April 7th, 2015. For those who don't know why it took so long for this movie to come out, the script for this movie went through so many iterations because the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, Scott Cawthon, wanted to get this movie right in a way that was good for the fans and for newcomers who had never played the games before. The movie obviously did really well in theaters, and I myself really enjoyed it. I thought the wait was well worth it. I hope they do make a sequel in the future as well. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. Wait, the video's not over? What's going on? And why? Who turned out the lights? He's right behind me, isn't he? Sorry about that. I guess I should talk more about the movie. More specifically, in what ways is the movie plot different from the game? And why is the movie not canon to the lore? I actually got this idea recommended by one of my friends. And I think for people who might not know Five Nights at Freddy's lore very well, it might be confusing to hear that the movie isn't in the same timeline as the game. Small warning though, if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to avoid this video if you care about watching it, because this video will have major spoilers about it, obviously. And you have been warned. But before we get into that, I just want to thank people again for the support on the channel, like any YouTuber would at this specific point in the video. I told you guys I'd be doing weekly uploads, but I don't really feel like it. Whenever I get the motivation and time, I'll do what I can to make it possible, but hopefully it won't be just a FNAF video every time, and that's for my own sake. Again, like usual, please subscribe if you want to see more like this, and feel free to drop recommendations about anything you want to see me talk about in the future. Now, let's get back to the video. Now, the first thing we should probably talk about is the protagonist of this movie, Michael Schmidt. The name Michael might be a familiar name to longtime FNAF fans, as this is the name of William Afton's son, Michael Afton. In the original Five Nights at Freddy's games, after you complete the 5th night, you receive a check in which is addressed to Mike Schmidt. For a while, there has been a running theory that Michael Afton uses his name in the FNAF games to get undiscovered by his father William in order to right his wrong. This theory itself was basically confirmed in a Reddit post made by Scott Cawthon himself. As far as we know in the movies, however, Mike Schmidt isn't related to William Afton at all. And not only this, but his brother Garrett gets killed by William Afton. In the games, Michael Afton's brother is the crying child, who is famous for this moment in Markiplier history.
Was that the bite of 87?
This is obviously very different from the presumed way Garrett dies in the movie. We also know that Vanessa, the police officer, is William Afton's daughter in the movie. But in the games, we're either not given that knowledge, or she really is just not related to William Afton at all. In fact, we don't even know who Vanessa is until she makes her first appearance in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which is why her presence in the movie at all seems really strange. It could be that the movie is trying to hint that Vanessa is William Afton's daughter in the games, but we also know that William Afton only has one daughter, Elizabeth Afton, who eventually possesses the animatronic circus baby from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Also, the entire presence of Mike's younger sister Abby in the movies makes no parallels to the games at all. We've never seen anyone named Abby in the games, and we've especially never seen Michael Afton have another younger sister other than Elizabeth Afton. You can make parallels between the two of them, but it would make more sense to call Abby Elizabeth if they were planning to go the same direction with her. Anyway, that's enough about the Afton family. Let's talk about the possessed animatronics themselves. In the movie, it seems like the possessed animatronics are mind-controlled by William Afton to carry out the murders for him. At the end of the movie, Abby draws a picture of William Afton as the Golden Rabbit, murdering the children that possess each of the animatronics. This in turn leads the animatronic to turn on William Afton, causing him to get spring-locked. In the games, although the spirits of the animatronics do attempt and succeed at killing William Afton, none of them are under the control of him. This plot point actually comes from the Five Nights at Freddy's book trilogy, The Silver Eyes, which portrays William Afton as meeting the exact same fate as he does in the movies. These books are meant to serve as a parallel to the games, not as canon. I'm sure there are a lot more things in this movie that are different in the games. Like, the building itself has a completely different layout. Or even the small statue of Balloon Boy is a complete different size from the ones in the games. These were the points I found to be the most important in terms of lore. In the future, some of these points might actually turn out to be more accurate to the games, especially if we do see sequels to them. We'll just have to wait and see. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and comment down below what you think about the movie and how it relates to the game, and also any questions you might have about the lore and how it relates to the movies and the games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future.